Now I'm passing to the weirdest part of my speech, which is an important part of the speech and important part of myself. And I need to prepare for it. It's not very easy to announce such things, but they will start from principles. I'm too much, there is a principle of, it is called a Scandinavization or Scandinavization, which is meaning that we are anti-consumerized. We are not buying that much things. We are not overusing our nature. We are not overusing by our nature, but by producing things, by producing the products, including foodstuff, including the wear, including everything. So it is like antonym for the consumerization. And the more grown up, the more adult I become, the more I try to use this principle. And it is never absolutic, of course. But I believe that the more humanity or the human race or people from developed countries keep their main unnecessary attributes aside, stop identifying themselves and stop associating themselves with the objects which they are collecting, be it nice watch, hundreds of nice watches, some of us, be it nice car, be it nice yacht, be it nice person, because some people are collecting other people and dominate them and use their strategies in life to possess all those things, including people. So, having said that, I believe that there are attributes in our life which are worth nothing or almost nothing, and that some of them can be either kept at nature or exchanged for something else. And now I'm passing to this exchange stage to prove by it my little insanity, or to some extent insanity, you decide on the degree of this insanity, and to prove that I'm nicely and easily living in myself, knowing of a certain degree of my being in normal or abnormal. I would love to exhibit and to, how you call it, to place, let's call it, 2 lots for sales. And these 2 lots are my name and my surname. My name is Denis, as you know, and my surname is Dobrovolsky. By the way, Dobrovolsky in Russian is meaning volunteer or goodwill, which is the same or almost the same. A person of goodwill or a person who is volunteering, Dobrovolsky. And Denis is a nice name. I needed to mention it to deprive you of fake or of incorrect impression that I'm getting rid of them. I'm not getting rid of them. They're very good, very strong, sounding wise and based wise, name and surname. Name I would like to sell for $1 million American dollars, and the surname I would love to be able to sell for 10 million American dollars. And why I'm doing this? There are certain reasons, but one and first reason is I'm trying to experiment. I do believe that our world, whole world, became insane long ago. Long ago. From the beginning, let's say it, that it is insane. The more we go to post-humanism, the deeper we go to transhumanism, the more we cyborgize, the less human things is left within ourselves, to my opinion. And the experiment I'm making is called, or is explained in 2 sentences. If among, or if from 7.5 billion people on planet Earth, there is one idiot who decided, who considered possible, who considered worth selling his name and surname for a huge amount of money, maybe there could be found one or several other, not so idiotic of course, but also a little bit abnormal, a little bit inadequate persons who could buy it, who could afford buying it, or who would consider it possible for them or appropriate for them to buy it. Either name or surname or both at once. Actually, I thought of some big companies, for example, if my name would be, if they place, of course, by selling the name, I mean that actually I'm getting the name imposed by somebody else, and I will be using it in documents, in public and unofficial relationships and communication till I die, and in passport and in every ID card, using the name, by using the names given, imposed on me by the buyer. So the names I was able to consider, it was Uber, Amazon, this German style name and surname, not bad, or Google, Facebook. Or in Russia we have a very strong banks. It was called Sberbank in the past. Right now they are making re-strategy, renaming. They are Sber, and another very strong bank is Alpha. So I can, if they would decide, for example, to make me a banner or a big board or a shield carrying this name in all my documents and in public, I might be called Alpha Sber, like alpha male. Not bad. So there are various, or it can be any idiotic name. I will use it because I really think that it is worthless. It doesn't reflect anything about the person himself or herself, the idiosyncratic features of his character, anything, how much he weighs, what he likes, how he behaves, what he eats, nothing, the name and the surname. The only thing I cannot sell, this is patronymic. Patronymic belongs not to me. It belongs to my father, my deceased father. He died in 2006, whom I love and respect very much. So patronymic will remain with me, and his name is and was Valery. And in Russian it is Valerievich. So I will anyway be named in official documents, at least in Russian documents, in the middle name, or the patronymic they call it. I will remain Valery, the son of Valery. All the rest I sell. And as far as I told it already, that within this project, and I'm selling it within this project, I don't need any money. and I don't need any finances, then I would like to dispose of this money to my own consideration in relation to the charity. This will be the only charity act which I can imagine of, at least at this stage. I chose for myself 5, not 1, to agree with it and maybe make some laundry of money or get some part of it. But I took 5, and to my opinion they are 5 strongest and most respectful, based on their principles, based on their openness, based on their performance also, and personal, mostly personal attitude of the creators and founders of those foundations and hospice. One hospice is within their group. So I chose myself 5 institutions to which, by equal amounts, be it name or surname or both sold together, as soon as I sign the contract and as soon as I change the documents, the money by equal lots will have to be transferred, or simultaneously will have to be transferred, or based on contract. And I would like to make on your side a very strong, a very performing contract, so that so much obligations put on my shoulders that I didn't have any gimmicks or tricks to avoid responsibility and to start playing around, naming myself differently. No, I would love you to act as strong and to be as protected by my own self-responsibility, by my own self-honor, by my own self-respect, and all paper fines and so on, that you would not be possible to be cheated. I want you to be a strong part in this deal. So, these 5 foundations and 1 hospice among them. First is Konstantin Khabensky Foundation, it is in Moscow. Second is Podari Жизнь, or Gift of Life. It also is registered in UK and maybe in States also. Let me check. Podari Жизнь. So yes, they are in States also. So it is in UK and in States. So this is the second foundation. The third place in Moscow is a hospice, and it is called a home with a house light. How you call it? Mayak. So it is Dom s Mayakom, and it is the not flashlight. It is the house. Mayak. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. And what we are waiting for? What? Lighthouse, not a house light. I remember that it is, so it is the home with the lighthouse. Sorry, I took your time, I distracted you. So it is home with the lighthouse, Dom s Mayakom, hospice. All of them are for the children with oncology and immune system defects and hematology defects children. Then the 4th institution is in Ukraine. I took all 3 Slavic countries which are surrounding me here. I live in one of them. They are Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. So the second country is Ukraine, and it is Olga Kudinenko is the host, the founder, the creator of the Tabletochki Foundation. Tabletochki is translated as pills. So her Pills Foundation in Kiev is the fourth one. And the last one is in my home country, nearby Minsk. There is a village, it is called Baravlyany, and there is a biggest state, one of the best built by Austrian, mostly by Austrian investors. They gave like 40 or 50% for invested for the construction of this up-to-date, modern, fashionable, very equipped, well-equipped center. It is called the Republican Center of the Child or Children's oncology, hematology, and immunology. So these 5 institutions will need to get money if and when I sell my name and surname to somebody and start using the compulsorily imposed over myself other words or word combination, whatever will be contracted in this respect.